Ja, was lublю. Chris, das zieht Call the tabarnak.
Okay.
Because no one told me. What L? What? Do you speak behind their teeth? Whoa. Oh, the podcast is French now. Yes, but he still has to be able to sing. Mais aïeux. Why is this so hard? Oh no. Cut. You're a lazy tenor. You know. I have an amazing memory. You gotta go to the toilet right now. It's now. Right now. Right now. I needed to. Too late.
This year, I've been in America first time.
Really?
And I ordered Coca-Cola.
Did you say Coke?
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Coke.
Yeah.
Coke.
Don't say cock.
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Coke. Don't order cock. Cock is next door.
You can order there.
Hey, cheers.
Okay.
That-
Sergey.
One eternity later.
Cheers.
This is the picture.
Whiskey.
Yeah, next time.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Are you ready to rumble?
In the blue corner.
Weighing.
He's from France.
Okay, don't say how much I weigh. How much I weigh? How much do you think I weigh?
100.
No.
He's good.
Really?
He's
100?
10.
No, almost.
103.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're heavyweight.
I'm a heavy boy.
Heavy boy.
Yeah, my shoulders still pain.
It's like, hey man, how you doing?
But now, Sergey, you're lightweight.
82.
82.
Fantastic. Are you training?
Yeah. Okay,
I
tell the story.
I'm counting calories.
I'm collecting calories. You're counting them. I'm collecting them.
And last 2 weeks, I have
Did
an
you start-
injury.
Ozempic.
You started it, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Amazing, yeah.
And do you have any side effects?
Not yet.
Fantastic.
I would like to make a pause after maybe 3 or 4
Maybe
weeks.
after 3 weeks,
Yeah.
he will die.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, and we'll have this podcast, super sad podcast. Sergey came here and told us how he killed himself.
Yeah,
no,
so
Ozempic. This is beautiful, yeah. Thing.
Yeah. But there-
amazing. You
there are
don't think
other
about
ones.
food at all.
Yeah.
That's why you ordered now borscht
Yeah.
soup
Just-
with meat.
I'm impressed.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm courageous or because I'm
Yes.
stupid?
Well, a bit of both. You know, courage and stupidity, they're not very far from each other.
Exactement.
Exactement. Bravo.
Exactement.
Like
Bravo.
being on this podcast, I don't know if I'm being stupid or courageous right now. I'll know after.
But do you know the people who are not from France and speak and sing in good French?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Who?
Quebecois, Canadians.
No.
You mean non-French speakers?
Not French
I was going to say Swiss French, Belgians, Senegalese.
How's his name? This guy?
No,
Madagascar's.
there are people out there who are actually really good at pronunciation. Are we starting? Is it started?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
of
right.
course, yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you
Just
know because
chill,
I'm going to
just
tell you
talk,
this. This is cool. This is true. I find that people, hard workers, quite often will have better diction than native speakers in any language. You can listen to Italian singing in Italian, and then you can put someone from any other country next to them. If they're really hard workers and if they've got a good ear and a good sense of line, where a line goes when you speak.
Line.
You know, just how we talk, like where we put the emphasis, you know, the emphasis. You know what I mean? The stress,
Emphasis.
where you stress a word, or if you stress. Some people have a natural instinct for that, even if they don't speak a language. And sometimes, especially when we're singing, sometimes they're clearer to our ear than people that speak the language.
It's a good thing because it's my first question to you.
Yes.
You are very famous as Onegin.
Sort
And
of.
you've sang a million times, yeah?
I sang a few times, yeah.
Few.
Not
as,
a few.
Not as
Yeah.
much as you think, but I did a few.
And we have the same pain in our souls when
Yes,
some not native Russian speakers sing Russian music.
of course.
And I would like to ask you, how did you prepare? Because
The food comes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Question.
Yeah, finish your
then-
question first.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
so looks like people from not Russia or these CIS countries, they don't really care about the pronunciation. But maybe you will tell me the truth.
I'll tell you my truth. When I got the offer, I thought, I can't not do this. This is Onegin. This is a dream role. This, musically speaking, Tchaikovsky is a god, and the story and everything about the character I thought was fantastic. But then you're absolutely correct. My second instinct was, I really don't want to make a fool of myself, but I don't want to insult anybody either. So for about 6 months, I worked with a coach. She's a friend I had met doing another production. She used to work for the Cirque du Soleil. And in the Cirque du Soleil, she was an interpreter for both Russians and Chinese. She, someone was really talented with languages. She spoke French and English. English, she was okay. She spoke Mandarin. She spoke Russian. So you're like,
Incredible.
what? They're, they're different, so different.
Whoa.
And so she helped me. She helped me get a sense of it at first, and then of course it was my first time. So I struggled so much with some of the sounds.
When was it?
That was it's when I met my wife. So I better say that it was 2015.
2015.
2015.
You're so old.
Thank you. January, February. That's because the show it was in May, late April, early May. I met Nicole the first day of rehearsal, which was April 23rd. So that was my first rehearsal. But I started working in 2014, but just about. Sorry.
Coke.
Little Coke burp.
Sorry.
Let's bring a bucket. So it's a long story. Trying to make it shorter. Then what happened? I think I had down. Let's say the pronunciation was maybe 60% by the time I started singing it. But I was fully intended on, I knew my conductor, rest his soul, was Alexander. Oh God, I only have Vedernikov in my head, but it's not. That's a singer, isn't it?
No, Vedernikov.
Vedernikov?
Yeah.
There's the conductor, right?
Yeah, he. Yeah.
What's the name of the singer?
Yeah, this is his son, also Alexander Vedernikov. They're both Alexander.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking of the right name then, because there's sometimes I'm confused. There's two names I confuse.
Alexander Vedernikov.
Vedernikov.
Bass.
He was at the Bolshoi for like 10
Yeah,
years.
bass. And his son also Alexander Vedernikov.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But he was this fantastic man.
With glasses,
Big glasses.
Yeah.
He looked slightly grumpy, but he actually smiled a lot. He had great stories. He was super friendly. And I was singing with two Russian singers as well. And I remember one of them, the guy was singing Mylinsky, used to say to me, why does no one do the L properly in Russian?
Yeah,
and I was like, because no one told me. What L? What? And then he started telling me about the L, the L, I'll do. And
Hard L, yeah.
I was like, I have to do this. So I incorporated it as much as I could. But every time I redid Onegin, there was always a new opinion coming from a different side. I remember doing it with a Ukrainian coach, and she had a different opinion on how to pronounce it, and it always had it refined itself over time. I think in the end, when the last time I did it, I probably was more like 85%, or as close to a non-Russian speaker could. I think if I wanted to get better now, I'd literally have to learn the language, to speak it, and to practice it. And to learn. I think that's
Listen
how.
and
That's
speak,
that's the best that I could do. I think.
But in singing, you should also find the way to pronounce.
But when you're singing, some of those sounds can't be made. They can, but they won't be heard. You know, if I'm next to you, I'll hear it. But then you go 3 rows out, and you know, like we have this talk in French with the R. You know, you hear those French singers come in, they're like, j'ouvre moi-même, j'ouvre, like this. And you go, but that you can't hear that in the theater. If you want to hear it, you have to go, j'ouvre. You have to add a schwa. And then it becomes clear. But I'm like, how about just roll with your tongue, mate? You know, j'ouvre. Like, and then we hear it right away.
J'ouvre.
J'ouvre? Everyone's heard,
I tried
R.
to think like j'ouvre moi.
Yes.
This is wrong way.
It's almost impossible to hear first, and even worse, it gets in the way of the singing.
Yeah.
But for a long time in France, it's changing now. For a long time in France, in the French community, there was a lot of, we don't talk like that, so we should sing like that. Mm-hmm. But then you can't hear it properly. And when composers wrote back then, they assumed singers would roll with their tongue. So there's a bit of that in every language, is what I'm saying.
But there is also one interesting thing. I was like a coach, Russian coach. I understood that people from Europe and America try to pronounce it with face. We don't do this. We just lazy face.
More,
And
more,
French also.
Yeah.
If I do this a bit, my lips goes.
But you're talking about the country. France. You speak behind their teeth. It's right here. It's very much in the front.
Yeah, but this lip goes a bit.
But where I come from, we speak like you guys. We talk way in the back. So if you speak to a Quebecer in French, you'll be like is the accent when a Quebecer speaks English, like me. It's more like this. Yes, I come from Montreal, and it's very like relaxed, you know, man. It's all right. The American style, you know what I mean?
Vous entendez?
Vous entendez? No, vous entendez.
Vous entendez?
Yeah. I think we're eternally teenagers.
But it's good to know that you struggled with the Russian language.
Of course.
It sounds,
of course.
Not only from you, but because we struggled with the French as well.
We all, and that's the thing. We have to give ourselves a little. So this is what Alexander Vedenikov said one day to the Ukrainian coach. She was telling me off about in a specific moment that was where the words were quick and stuff. And he turned around, he looked at her, and he says, "Yes, but he still has to be able to sing." Like, sorry, this is an homage, by the way, because he passed away, and I'm very sad about it. But he the way he said it, I thought, thank you so much. Like, yes, there's a moment where the word is clear, the sound is beautiful, and even though it doesn't sound native Russian, we have to let go. I do. I let go when I'm listening to you guys singing in French. If I understood you, if I understand what you're saying, and I know you know what you're saying, I'm there. I'm there with you. I'm like, yeah, we're having a play now.
Okay.
You know what you're saying? Cool. I'm not going to be like, ooh, you sound like you're from Nantes. Or, who cares? It's like when I'm singing in Italian, I remember there was the opposite. I was thinking Don Giovanni with Luca Pisaroni. And Luca obviously is Italian. And the Italian diction coach would come to me and be like, listen, sometimes you sound Italian from, and she'd name it regions and stuff. And sometimes, like, Luca, he does this. It's okay because he's from Italy, but you're not. So you have to sing with the proper accent. I'm like, Mozart wasn't from Italy, the Ponte probably was. It's their jokes, but my point was like, if you're gonna start making fun of someone for having an accent that's regional, it's like, hey, did I sound Italian? I don't care which region. Did I sound Italian? Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it. To me, that's already a win.
This is the problem because in Russia we don't have dialects at all.
Yeah,
it was destroyed by USSR. So we have only one proper Russian language.
You're going to tell me that you can travel?
No, we have two types, from St. Petersburg and from Moscow.
But you can travel to anywhere else in Russia.
Yeah.
And people will speak with the exact... Are you serious?
Yes. Big country.
It's the biggest country in the world.
Yeah.
I assume
just a bit accent, a bit.
Yeah, it would.
Depends
It,
on
it
regular.
develops. It has
yeah.
to. You know, in 100 years, I'm sure it will have happened again. Look at Italy.
Maybe, yeah.
They're tiny, and then it's like different languages depending where you go.
Austria. Yeah.
Austria, France, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You go to Paris, you go to Marseille, it's like two different languages, you know?
Really?
And they're 3-hour train ride.
Yeah.
But do you have like Hochdeutsch in France?
Well, yeah, you could consider... in the region of Tours, I think, in Touraine, the French is quite clean. You know, like it's the same French you hear when you listen to the news, sort of.
I remember how I had a rehearsal with Bertrand de Bully.
Yeah.
And with Cécile Restier and Sarah Tisman. And they were fighting about French.
Yes.
And I didn't know what should I sing.
Well, first of all, can you say Bertrand de Bully?
Bertrand de Bully.
B. Stuff, hein?
Okay.
Cécile Restier.
Cécile Restier.
Wow.
Oh, it depends on the shoulders.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We sing, we speak. Yeah. Sarah Tisman. No, Sarah Tisman.
You have to touch him all the time.
Sarah
the French flow.
But no, okay. But we say Sarah Tisman.
No, Tisman. Yeah. No, you're right. I've been in rooms. I've argued too, but I've been in rooms where there's like 3 different people with 3 different opinions about how we should say things. Yeah.
It was a funny thing. I spoke with Ludovic Tézier.
Perfection.
Ludovic
Tézier.
That's perfection.
Yeah.
Merci beaucoup.
You're really good.
I had the problems with Valentin.
Valentin is not so good. Ludovic Tézier, perfect. Valentin.
Oh my God! Stop!
You see?
I'm just making jokes.
It was very good, but
it's worse when you're really good. Because you went, Ludovic Tézier, merci beaucoup, perfect. So then you have one word where you go, Valentin, and we go, I heard it, it's worse.
Are you ready? L'amour toujours. No.
Yes,
yeah.
L'amour toujours, yeah.
It's very common,
toujours.
very
That's
common.
Good. But your R sounds funny.
L'amour toujours.
Yeah, that's...
L'amour toujours.
Whoa! Oh, the podcast is French now.
Yeah.
So, mes amis, quel jour de fête. J'irai chanter sur vos drapeaux.
If you're fighting with somebody on street, it sounds like fight or like conversation about love, about weather.
Putain.
Yeah, it's the same words. It's the intention, right?
Yeah, but for us, it sounds like
music.
You speak about
no.
music.
You're not talking to the right guy. I come from Quebec, Canada. I come from Montreal. Yeah. When our swear words are gross, you know, they're fantastic because they use the consonants. You know the reason the fuck is so good is because of the f and the k. Who cares what it means? It's great. Shit, fuck. They're fantastic to show an emotion because of the consonants. Yeah. Where I come from, they're all church words, like tabernacle.
Yeah.
But we don't say tabernacle. We say tabarnak. You know?
Tabarnak.
Or we say chalice instead of chalice. You know,
chalice.
And of course, Christ, we say Chris. So put them together. Chris, the chalice, the tabarnak. Like, you put them all together and you're like...
No, it sounded very nice.
Emotions come out.
You know why I
You sounded very nice, you bastard.
No.
But why can't you say this?
Why I ask this? Because I've been now in America and I called my wife and we spoke about our son.
Yeah.
Like, he's nice. Like,
yeah.
And
people
were like... он хороший. And my colleague, she was... You're fighting with your wife. Everything is good.
you know, I told you my father-in-law is Croatian, like he was born in Croatia. And so because of that, we go often in Croatia. And Croatians say every time they want to do villains in the States, they quite often hire Croatians because their accent sounds like tough guys in Russian. Like when they speak English, like Croatians speaking English sounds like a tough Russian guy. It's funny, right? I was like, wow, that's something to be known for. So, but it's true. I mean, sometimes you hear them on the phone, same thing. You're like, is he fighting? Is he angry?
So that's true.
And Ludovic told me.
Okay. Sorry.
How did your Valentin go
But you
in the
say
end?
now Ludovic, not Ludovic.
No, Ludovic, he said perfectly. It's
Ludovic.
Valentin. was it?
Okay.
Valentin.
Valentin is probably
Valentin.
It's probably no. This is
Nazar.
that's my Quebec accent you just did right now. Valentin. That's my
Valentin.
Quebec accent. Yeah.
This
So
is
this is the problem.
Yeah.
this is another N.
And he told me.
Valentin.
Valentin.
What Valentin was right.
And he told me, Sergey, don't care about this. You just sing like Italian. Don't care about just sing. And after that, I spoke with Cyril
Dubois.
Cyril Dubois.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And he told me, how Ludovic could say this.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
impossible. You have to do this million options of
But Sergey, you talked.
Where is the
you
truth?
talked. Well, the truth is lies somewhere in between. You talked to the. It's like you talked to the South Pole and the North Pole, like they're pole opposites. The truth is,
Cyril is South.
you have to work in life on what you are weak at, not what you're good at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
This quote should be here.
yeah. So if
That means with
if
everything.
while you're singing, for example, you struggle with your R's, like your final consonant, or you struggle with your nasals, or you struggle when you're on the passaggio, well, that's what you need to work on.
What do we have to? What do we have to do if we go to audition, and some managers say, you have a bad French.
You say, yeah, okay. Tell me what would you like me to do?
It's
listen,
impossible to speak
I'll
to
tell
them.
you. I'll tell you my version. Okay, so I'm not in Cyril or in Ludovic's. I'm somewhere else. But my version is when we make sounds in any language, we use fundamentally two things: a space, two spaces, one that's inside and one that's just here outside. Right?
Yeah.
So the inside space is there for sound. It's there for ease of sound. The sound will be loud and will carry. It will be focused. If the space here is generous and if it's well placed, if it's, it allows the sound to spin. It's not, I use the image of the sandwich like sometimes on some vowels like E, and U, like in German you have the same vowels where they close and you go, even inside you feel like you're going,
Yeah.
I don't know, mein Seele, it's so like this, and then it needs to go, mein Seele, you need to open it so that it can spin and go out.
Yeah.
But while you're doing this, keeping that open to make sure that we still understand the word in front, then you need to adjust the vowel so that it still sounds like the right word. For example, if I go, mein Sehnen, if you go, I'm using a German example, but it's the one I have in my head right now. But if you say...
Use the French.
okay. Or,
Sol natal de mes aïeux.
yeah. So, aïeux is horrible. Aïeux is a terrible... It's really terrible for everyone. Sol natal... So, I'll make a point. I'll sing the first space first. Sol natal de mes aïeux. Right? So now I have plenty of space to make sound.
Yeah.
And sound will come out.
Yeah.
But then it sounds like I'm not singing. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying.
It's a big voice.
That's why I kind of went like this. I don't want to sing it away. But then if I do the same space, but in front, I try to adjust the vowel so that it's the opposite of what I'm doing. If I'm opening a vowel, then I'll try to close it in front. If I go aïe, is so open that I will sing aïeux in front. So with the space in the back being like this and in front being like this. I'll try, okay?
Yeah.
Sol natal de mes aïeux. Yeah. I really make sure that in the back here I don't go, it's the sandwich. I try to keep it. What is this? Is this a melon or something? What is it? An apple? What is it? An orange?
Apple, yeah.
Depends how big your mouth is, I guess. Yeah. So that's another technique. Then you're all here in front, and there's no sound.
But you should open here.
Not the throat. It's really in the back of the mouth. Teachers, they always talk about smelling a flower or yawning. You know, when you start a yawn. So they talk about the soft palate, the part of the palate that's a bit in the back that you can lift up a little bit. All of that will create this beautiful space to make a spinning.
I didn't hear about
sound.
this about flour. We have
smelling.
Smell surströmming.
Yeah.
You know.
What did you?
No, really.
You know when you're snorting coke.
No, really.
Depends on your background.
I'm not joking.
No background.
Have you heard about this? That
Cut.
Italy, you should smell flowers.
Flowers, yeah.
In Russia, like selёdka, but like surströmming.
It smells bad.
Yeah. You should be like.
Oh yeah, you're right. It works.
Yeah.
No,
I love you, but you stink.
But that
your
that
most
was
weak place. It's везде. Он передо мной. You see, везде.
No, this is big problem. Везде.
Yeah.
Везде.
Везде.
Везде. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I remember being taught the li, you know, and then every time I spoke to new Russians, they were like, "No, we don't speak like that," you know. And then you listen to some people, and they really emphasize it.
But
Lublю. Yeah, Lublю was tough.
Lublю. Yeah.
Because you learn it as Lublю. Lublю.
But
Like
it's
Liu. Yeah.
incorrect.
It's incorrect, exactly.
Yeah.
But then you're like, it's so hard to get out of your system because you learned it and it's everywhere. Я вас люблю.
Oh,
La-
yeah.
La vas
Good.
люблю. No. La vas люблю. But it's not easy. It's for us. It's like,
Really?
Balsamo.
But you shouldn't think that it's a very difficult language. It's like Italian. Я вас люблю.
No, I don't think it's difficult until, like you guys in French, until you have 3 people in the room yelling at each other because
But
they
now
don't think you're saying it.
Now I don't care about French, and it's going better.
Yes.
If I get
glad.
it like too serious,
I'm glad to hear that. But listen, you worked on it for a long time.
Oh, of course,
so when you
of
stop
course.
caring after working on it for a long time, it's actually good. But if you start learning it and like I don't care, you'll never get better.
but if you're learning and you think that it's an impossible language,
Let
it's
go.
also not
Let
good.
go. Just let go.
Yeah,
Yes. You'll be
and
better.
Russian also like
Yeah.
Italian.
You're right.
Я вас люблю.
But you know, I had this discussion in Milano, and I was coaching at Scala. I never sung at Scala, but I was coaching with a coach at Scala. And we were I was learning, I don't remember which opera. Forza del Destino. No, Rigoletto. I was learning Rigoletto. And she
Have
was...
you done Rigoletto?
I did, yeah, I did.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It was...
You're so young.
It's fucking scary. It's so scary. And then the coach was telling me, you know, we have coaches for every language except Italian, because they're an Italian opera house. Everyone assumes everyone sings in Italian perfectly. And she's like, I hear so many mistakes.
Yeah, of course.
Raddoppiamenti, you know, the
Yeah.
double consonants and then the vowels that are wrong, and they're everywhere. But we don't spend any time in Italian opera correcting those. I'm talking about, you know, singers that are well in their career, that are older than I am. It's just not something we work on. We work
Yeah.
at it in almost every other language, but
We should
Italian-
also work because singing, this is another world in Russian, and a lot of Russian singers cannot sing properly Russian.
But you know, we're talking about how you like to go, like this. And
They-
again,
they
where
sing
I come
without
from,
words.
Where I come from, we do the same thing, but we call that Russian singing. Russian singing
Thank
is
you.
very, very dark.
Thank you so much.
But you have to understand, Italians don't sing dark.
Yeah.
They don't sing the a vowel. It's very a. It's almost it's almost a French a with space, but it's a. But then when you hear, and I'm not saying only Russian singer do it, but you hear a lot of singers, especially lower voices, they go
Yeah, too
know?
much.
Too much.
Yeah, we know this.
Yeah, of course, because if you don't do it properly, you generate too much energy. And then you get to the end of the aria and you're like, why is this so hard?
No, this is next question.
Yes
or
or no?
not question, this is Russian problem. Because if you are studying in conservatory and you are young bass, for example.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't sing like everybody,
Yeah.
I just one time sang Любви все возрасты.
Yeah, with a big
He's
smile.
tenor. This is tenor.
This is the truth. This is the truth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
swear.
I'm so happy to
You-
hear you say that. I'm so happy you
You know that Nikolai Yur, he was studying in Russian Conservatory in Moscow, and he was caring about, I sound like baritone, everybody says this, but he's really bass.
Yes.
He's really bass, but very bright
But
voice.
it makes it so much easier to sing.
Of course.
To be honest, every time someone says you're a lazy tenor to me, I'm always like, thanks for the compliment.
Really?
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah,
wanted
because
to ask you about
because it means that I'm using my high resonances well.
Yeah.
It focuses my sound. I don't have to feel like I need to sing loud. It carries, and by the end of the aria, I'm still fresh. I'm still. If the conductor says, "All right, let's do it again," I'm like, "Okay, cool." Instead of saying, "I need 5 minutes," you know.
But you just sing. You don't make fake voice.
Timbre, yeah.
Fake timbre, you know.
But sometimes I do. And I try to correct myself. Like that's what I work on, you know. If, for example, I'm learning Macbeth right now. I'm gonna do Macbeth soon, and it's humongous. It's humongous. It's huge. It's hard. And every time, I started singing the aria, the Pietà rispetto amore. And every time I sing it now, every week it gets easier. And every week, because I managed to lighten it up a little bit. But it's not light. The orchestra is doubling you, and it and it's the end of the aria, and it's so loud, and you're like, and it's in the middle of register, and I'm like, you know. Take a chill pill, Dupuis. You know.
So food pause.
Food pause. Good
Easy
idea.
peasy lemon squeezy.
We can go there.
I hear nothing.
Who's talking? I know one. Tupoi. I know Tupoi.
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 Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah. Because I say Carlo Tupoi. And all the Russians are like.
But not tupoi.
Well, I know. I said it Italian. It's Tupoi.
That was a joke.
That's the joke.
Tupoi.
I have no sense of humor.
Because he's Tupoi.
He is a bit, right now. He's being a bit.
It's a podcast, yeah? Very good, very good.
What do we have microphones for?
Brother, do you want a schnitzel or kebab? We spoke about the...
What?
It's a good business idea, yeah? Forget about it. It's our We spoke about lazy tenor.
Yes. You have someone in mind?
Our guest, lazy tenor.
It used to be my...
Why are you so lazy?
Mr. Dupuis, why are you so lazy?
Oh, wow.
Why are you lazy?
I am.
says I'm
I'm not
lazy?
joking.
Who says I'm lazy?
I'm very lazy.
You know this is...
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Okay.
I didn't
Never
get
mind.
it. Because I'm
Never mind.
right now completely under the influence of the fact that I am lazy. And so you went like, boop, like this is
okay.
my button. I'm a lazy man. And this is no joke.
I don't believe. You work in Staatsoper, you're not lazy.
I'm a lazy
in the
man by nature. And so everything I do costs me a lot.
How much?
Well,
In numbers, yeah. Less.
let's say learning an opera, so the reason I'm lazy is very simple. It's because I have an amazing memory. And so I can always rely on it. So I can learn my stuff last minute, but I'm stressed for months, and I have a lot of acid reflux and because of the stress, and yeah.
I was jumping one time in Barbiere.
You mean jumping in? Oh, you were just jumping.
English lessons with Etienne Dupuis.
He was just jumping.
I was jumping in Barbiere,
Make
and
those mistakes all the time.
I was singing Don Basilio.
Good.
And I
It's a role for you.
also before was lazy,
Yes.
and I knew only aria and recitative before.
And they were like,
and
you
they
do
were
the jump in, and you're like,
in this day, yeah. They don't ask me. They just, you should sing this evening, okay? And I was learning for 4 hours, everything.
You learned the rest of the recits in 4 hours?
Everything.
Lucky for you, it wasn't Bartolo. Bartolo has recets forever. And ever.
Yeah. But this
But still.
Bartolo, my colleague, he was like, "E voi dite benissimo." He helped me a
That's
lot.
a great colleague.
Yeah.
We had this discussion. I was having a beer with Philippe Sly. I don't know if you guys know him, but Philippe and I did a Don Giovanni together. It was my first Don Giovanni. And he had done Don Giovanni twice. But with me, he was singing Leporello. It was his first Leporello. And we had 11 performances. And in one of the, more than one performance, I would forget a line or something and you'd just be like, oh, yeah, thank you, Phil. And then one night, he forgot a line. And I couldn't help him. And I was like, oh no. And he's just like this. He's like, in terms of the audience, it's like, ba ba da ba. Like he has no idea what to say. And for 20 seconds, he's like, to me, you know, and I'm like, and I can't, it's the recits before Finca del Vino. Finca del Vino, canta la testa, una gran festa fa preparar. It's all Leporello, you know, I have like, see, no, you know, like that's. I don't remember the word. I have to relearn it. But then eventually I remembered one word. It's like, and I said that word to him, and then I saw the lightning. You know, like he remembered the sentence, and then he went on. But I was like, I felt so bad that I couldn't help him out the way he had helped me every other show. He's like, oh yeah, thank you. You know,
It's a good story.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Yeah, vodka.
Medvedi, balala.
Medved. It's my it's the nickname for my son. He's a bear.
Really? Bear?
He's a medved. And that's his mother. Well, yeah, my sleeve is that's his mother.
How do you say it in French?
Ours.
Ours.
But his nickname is Bear. Noah Bear.
Bear.
And ours. Cat.
Cat. Yeah.
What would you like to hear?
Anecdotes.
It's either a poop story or a fire story.
Please, both.
Both, yeah.
All right, I put both anecdotes in the same show.
Yeah.
Okay, the fire story didn't happen to me, and the poop story either. Okay,
We believe.
I was singing this Traviata with my wife, who was singing Violetta, and then you know how in Germont barely sings, but when he comes on stage in Act 2, he's there for like 20 minutes. And literally just before I walked on stage, I felt the distress. You know, I was talking about acid reflux and stuff like, you know, that's where the nerves attack me. I have IBS, you know, irritable bowel syndrome. I have all of these things.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Ooh. And then there are days when it's like, you got to go to the toilet right now. It's now.
What the...
And so there's that little like ding
God.
ding that goes, like, it's right now. And I'm like, it went right now. And I hear, da 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 ba da ba 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 da ba ba, and I'm like, uh-oh.
I need the toilet now to go.
I'm like, can you hold that thought? No, I can't. So I go on. And my wife was funny. She's like, the whole time, you just kept changing the staging. But all I did was like, I would, because cramps were starting and everything. And I'm on stage for, again, 17 minutes. So I'm sitting up when I shouldn't, and I'm standing up when I shouldn't, because I was like, I got to find a position in which this stops, you know, and it's just like sweat coming. I'm drenched, and I'm like, pura si come. When I was just like, I'm like, Jamon never looked more uncomfortable in that scene than that night. The whole time, all I was thinking about, like, where is the closest toilet? You know? And she's at the end, she's a great actress, my wife. And she's doing this whole, you know, conosco sacrifici. You know? Like, get on with it. Que consumai Addio. You know, like, I'm just like, let's get this going, man. I'm drenched because I'm just like holding on to my cramps and everything. And I know in my head the closest toilet is one floor up, so I have to sprint backstage, and while I'm sprinting, I'm taking off my jacket and everything, going up one floor, and it were traces of Germont everywhere.
This is good story. I thought you did this in orchestra, no?
In the
To the tuba.
I thought the end is
to the tuba. Like, I'm sorry, mate.
and he's
Sorry, mate. It's already done.
It's like, I need a too late. I'd be okay, actually.
poop story.
We lost
This
Sergey.
is famous. Yeah.
I've never heard someone laugh on one pitch before.
Yeah.
We can do a chord. Next time we do a chord.
New symphony. Sometimes it sounds like Hachiturian.
Composers.
Yeah.
Brad Dean, please.
I
Wrote
always
me a
said that
piece.
singers, a lot of singers have great laughs. I know a few singers who laugh on arpeggios. You know, they go like, ha 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 ha, and I'm like, what are you doing? That was good. And now I feel bad. My next story might not be as funny.
Do it.
Let's go.
The other one didn't happen to me. I happened to be in the room, but it was in a bohème, and we had, it was, you know, where I come from in Montreal. We have they're all friends of mine. They're
Montreal.
just beautiful people.
Montreal.
And we had this Mimi, and she's Asian. She's from Haiti, but I mean she's Quebecer.
Asian?
Haiti.
Haiti.
Haitian.
Haitian.
You know that country, Haiti, where they have earthquakes and a lot of.
Gaiti. You mean
Gaiti.
You mean Gaiti?
I don't mean gays.
Haiti.
Dominican Republic, Cuba.
Yeah. We call
Haiti.
this Gaiti.
Oh, guys, is it the name in Russian?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. You haven't been. I can tell.
And we don't call BMW BMW.
That's right.
BMW.
Boom. Okay. So the story is she had these beautiful long braided hair and everything, but you know, to have they have so much product in there, you know, like to make it's, I don't know, I don't even know what the products are, resin and stuff. Like it looks stunning, but it's highly flammable. So we're doing bohème back in the days when you could still use real flames on stage, and so the first scene, you know, the whole candle
No
thing, and she's
way.
like, oh no, and like she turned her head like this, and then it caught fire. But
My God.
in her, it's plugs, it's extensions, so she can't feel it. But the guy who's singing Rodolfo, he's like, oh my God, he's just smoking, and he can smell it too. He's like, my God, what is this? She's just smoke coming out of her hair. And so while she's singing, you know, and he's just like tapping her head like that. It's just like, what is he doing? And then, you know, that eventually, because she fainted when she comes in, there's like a bucket of water. He goes and grabs the water and just goes like this on her head. And she's like, what is happening? Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I would take my cigarette.
That was the best story.
It's pretty
our
funny.
podcast.
She caught fire. She was so good.
She
she caught fire.
survived. Yeah.
She survived. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for asking.
I mean, after this slapping,
She actually, funnily enough, I think that was the first show, but the dress rehearsal, she was not feeling well. She had like a food poisoning or something. So she sang, and then she got to Act 4, and she became very, very pale, and you know, her eyes were like, and we're like, oh, she's gonna vomit. She's gonna, you know, and she's in bed, she's dying. So they're like, and she's just like, I don't feel so good. So the tenor, he's like, all right, he takes her, he carries her, and they're making signs to her cover, who's in the audience. She's like, and her cover is like the whitest woman in the world. So they take this beautiful black woman and they come in with this beautiful white woman. Wow, she got very sick very quickly.
oh my God.
It was just... It's fun times.
Hurts.
Oh man, you know, I mean, most opera stories are forgetting words or entrances, or you know, not being in the right place at the right time. But I thought these are my favorites. The day the soprano caught on fire, I thought was pretty freaking hilarious. Because she was fine, not because. In the end, she was good.
Something personal.
Браво, Этьен.